Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today is finally the day where we're doing the H&R Sport Spring install on the BMW M2. As you guys can see, here we have ourselves all of the goodies. I actually bought these used from a fellow BMW M2 owner. So these are the H&R Sport Springs, a little bit dirty, but they're looking nice and mint, and we got everything that we need here. Now, this install could take us a really long time. It's about 4 p.m. right now, so we'll let you guys know exactly how long this takes at the end of the video. We've never done a spring install ourselves, so we're gonna see how it goes. First thing we gotta do is jack it up, and I think we're gonna start on the front end of the car. All right, so we took the wheels off. We are gonna start unclipping stuff and essentially just taking the spring off. So let's get to it.
As you can see, there are two lines back here. We gotta just pull those off the housing. It's gonna be a little bit tough, but one comes off. Number two. Okay.
Pop these out as well. Top and bottom popped out.
So light one goes left, dark one goes right. Perfect.
Yeah, so this one, the gray thing goes on the right side, just so we know for future reference.
Yep. And then these two housings right here.
That one's really tight. There we go. Yeah, we're loosening up all these wires just so that when we pull this down and pull it out, all this stuff's not like tied and wow, it's dirty in here.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you just gotta stick that flat head in there, pry that metal piece all the way up. Use two hands. Get it up. Try not to rip that line off.
Oh, it's still pretty tight.
All right, but it's lifting.
Yeah, there we go. It's almost out. It's just so tight. Oh, there we go.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Nice and easy.
I guess put it on this side. We gotta do this one next. You need a couple tools for that.
Yeah. So there's a T30 as you can see in there. We're gonna put a wrench on it and a T30 inside and see if that works. We have the ring spanner on one side and the T30 torque screw on the other.
And it's a 16mm, the ring spanner.
And that should about loosen it. And that is off. There we go. All right, we have our jack here underneath, putting a tiny bit of pressure
onto the control arm.
We got
so this right here is a strut socket.
Yes.
I believe it's a 17mm. You need this obviously to take this off, otherwise, you know, it's just not gonna work. We have a 10mm here that we're putting on top of it.
Nice little wrench.
And holding onto that, if you want to take a look and just get a close up of that. 10mm that goes on top of this to hold. And this we're gonna start turning, so let's get to it.
I don't know if you guys see this, but I got my protective gear on, just in case.
Making sure that if the spring launches, you're protected from concussions.
He doesn't have his on.
Like
safety first, so I got my chin strap as well. So let's,
all right, so this came off fully. And essentially, that was it. This is the guy that was holding the spring in place. Okay,
we're good. Safety first, guys.
Ideally, this should fall. Ready?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I think we're doing it right.
That pressure though.
The pressure's coming off the spring, lowering the jack a good amount here. Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah, you're good.
Yep, all the pressure's off the spring now, so we're good there. We're gonna just squeeze it from the top and pull it out. So what we did was we put a microfiber over the metal part and we are gonna push it out. There's really not a lot of room, but I just got it out. And we have the jack underneath just as a security, and there we go.
And nothing shot out.
Good steps, good steps. So you do not need a compressor, or spring compressor when you're dealing with the M2 specifically. This just goes ahead, comes off. A lot of dirt came out. Bump stock just goes on this way. Gonna crank her all the way to the bottom. For the spring itself, obviously riding the right way up. The fat part on the top. You wanna make sure that the end of the spring is on this little stop at the end. Make sure that this is over the spring. So we're gonna go ahead, put this on top, and on the bottom there's also a way you have to line it up. So if you can zoom in here and check this out, as you can see, this wraps around the spring, and if you come over here, as you can see, it's hitting the end. We're gonna jack it up, put it into the turret. We're gonna use the lift to obviously compress the spring because we don't have spring compressors. That's gonna push it up into the turret. We're gonna put the nut on, bolt everything to spec. We're gonna leave all the information to the torque spec and stuff like that in the description.
Easy. Alrighty folks, so everything is back together. Those cables have been put back in, as you can see. That screw is in. Everything looks good. We have the red with the blue. We're just gonna go to the other side and finish it. It should be very quickly now that we know what we're doing. All right guys, so we are nearing about 10 o'clock. We forgot our charger from the camera, so that took a bit of time. We have now jacked up the back here just to show you. The front is done. We just have it on some blocks. Let's get these wheels off and get this done.
All right, so we have an 18mm ring spanner or wrench here. And there is an 18mm ratchet on the back of that to loosen this big piece. And then I'm gonna hand off the camera to Nestor here. Show us what's going on under there.
Yes, sir. Further along the control arm, we got ourselves a 21 on both ends, ring spanner and a wrench as well. So that's a 10mm that we have to get off. And we're just gonna go ahead and do all that. We also have the control arm jacked up. People usually use impact guns for this, but we're doing it by hand, and this is probably the longest bolt I've ever seen in my life. This is just never ending. It just keeps going and going, but surely we're coming to the finish line here any second. And this is the last bolt we need, and then the spring's gonna drop once we take some pressure off the jack. Like seriously, look at the size of this bolt, man. This is huge. Oh, by hand? Yeah.
And some elevator music.
Here we go. Oh, there we go. Look at the size of this thing. Actually, it's not 8 inches. That's less.
Yeah,
it's
this
like
is
6, maybe.
I wouldn't know, guys, but this is.
We gotta go ahead and lower the jack, and the spring should fall right out. There we go. Yeah, spring's loose.
Cinderella story.
There we go. Let's loosen it up a little bit more. There we go. Alrighty.
Pull her out.
There we go. All right.
There we have it.
So we're reusing this guy.
Okay.
What do you call this? Bottom hat? Probably that's what it is. And there's a top stuck in here that we need to take out. There we go.
Fish it out.
Super simple. We just got to do that in reverse now with the new one. Should be a nice drop. You see that on camera?
Yep. Picking it up.
So I think the exact measurement, the back ends is 0.8 inch drop.
Yep.
The front's a 1.2 inch drop.
All right, we're locked and loaded. Top hat, bottom hat, both on. All right, so as you guys can see, it is in. The bottom hat has kind of a nipple sticking out. Nestor's pointing to it here. Make sure you get that in there because we did it first time and it didn't really go in. So that has to be accurate, and then you can get the top aligned, and that is pretty much it.
Yep, so we're gonna go ahead and jack it up, add a little bit more compression, start screwing these bad boys on, and we'll be good to go. Alrighty guys, so we finally got done with the rear right side. Everything is done. We got the tires mounted on again. At this point, we have this last remaining lift just to drop, and we're gonna see what the clearance looks like now on this car. I am so excited, man. We're worried that the puck might not clear, but we're about to find out. We'll see just how low this car is. You also have to do your finger test as well. There is almost no gap now. Check that out. Let me show you guys. Basically the same angle as before.
Man, we go through these so quick. We need a hockey sponsor.
Oh, honestly. And here's the thing. It's also going to settle quite a bit as well, right?
Yeah.
So this is going to get even lower than that, man. What do you think overall of the job? Pretty tough?
You know what? There was one piece that we were stuck on because
Yeah.
we didn't want to strip the massive 6-inch bolt.
Yeah,
So we were
yeah.
back and forth. If it wasn't for that, we'd finish much sooner and be much more straightforward.
So this job lasted us, we started at what, 5? And it's now 3. So it was a 10-hour job, but this was our very first time ever touching anything suspension related. And I think for, you know, the tools we had in our house, you know, the random forums that we were reading and the videos online, I think we did a pretty good job, and I'm just excited for this car to settle and really see how it looks and also how it feels. So we actually quickly took the car out last night when we were done with the spring install, but it was just really dark at night. I didn't feel like recording because, you know, the video quality probably wouldn't have been that great. But first thing I noticed right off the rip is I thought we almost like messed up the install because I was like feeling too much stuff. I was getting feedback from the car a little too much, but then I kind of like got in my head, oh, okay, that's just the springs doing that, which makes a lot of sense. The car is lower to the ground, and the springs are, from what I've read online, about 15-20% tighter, and I would agree with that. They're about 15-20% tighter. It doesn't feel like a completely different ride, but you are feeling, you know, every single bump, you're feeling it that much more than before. I'm not one for like super comfy rides, you know, that's not something that I really care about. I'm more so for performance and looks, and so these springs are basically right on my alley. Once the wheels come in and the tires go on the new set of wheels, then we can hit the track up and I'll give you guys more of a concrete opinion on the performance of these springs specifically. Now, it's been about a full day since these springs got installed, so I think the springs are basically settled. The car is not going to lower anymore. I mean, maybe it's possible, but I don't think it's going to lower any more than it is right now. So let's go to my brother's place, get his opinion on the look, and I'll show you guys exactly what it looks like 360 degrees all the way around the car. All right, guys, so we are back at the house. Oris, what are the thoughts?
You know what? It looks really good, but I think it's actually settled since like 12 hours ago last night.
Yeah.
All right, so not even 2, maybe 1.5.
Yep.
So it looks like we've got a little bit of settling from last night.
For sure, and then the front end
is the most important. This was 3. Not
barely
even
2.
Yeah, like you can't, I mean, if I go up, but that's obvious.
Yeah.
So yeah, it completely came down and it looks significantly better. There are a couple more goodies. The rear taillight tints are going to get done.
Yep.
And then I got to get some wheels and, you know, a couple things going on
other
here.
Things, yep.
Yeah, exactly. But that's going to wrap it up, guys. Give us a like if you enjoy the content. Subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.
Peace out, guys.